What's up, YouTubers? So my wife and I just got back from traveling to Hawaii from November 16th to November 19th, 2020. And the purpose of this video is to shed light on what we experienced traveling to Hawaii shortly after they lifted their 14-day quarantine requirements and introduced an alternative COVID test you could take with the state of Hawaii approved testing facility within 72 hours of your departure. This video should not be used merely as a reference, and all information should be confirmed and cross-checked by anyone viewing this video. That includes you. With the unpredictability of how governments react to the virus, this information is subject to change at any time. All right, enough of the small print. So what was it like traveling to Hawaii in the age of COVID? Well, to sum it up, a pain in the ass, but still worth it. We initially chose to go to Oahu because flights were cheap. They were $215 each round trip. I know, insane, right? And that was something we couldn't pass up. We also figured there would be significantly less tourists, and that was a huge plus because I'm an avid surfer, and this would make my dreams of surfing the North Shore come true with far less people in the water. Now, we booked our flights and knew we needed to get tested within 72 hours of departure with an approved testing clinic. And you guys, I can't emphasize enough that you must use a state of Hawaii approved testing clinic. The approved list can be found at https://hawaiicovid19.com/travel-partners_. I thought, okay, 72 hours, no problem. I have Kaiser. So I scheduled a test at 9 a.m. on Friday, and my plane left at 10 a.m. on Monday. Now, if you guys do the math, that's 73 hours. And technically not approved by the state of Hawaii. So don't make the mistake that I made. Make sure you take the test within 72-hour period. The Hawaiian government takes these precautions very seriously. A side note about Kaiser, as far as I know, at least for Southern California, there are no rapid testing facilities. Kaiser states that it will take 3 to 5 days to receive your results. Real helpful, guys. It in fact took me about 29 hours to receive my test results from the time I took the test to the time I received my results. In my opinion, using Kaiser is a more stressful option because of the uncertainty of whether you're going to get your test results in time. Now, I wanted to be extra careful as to not upset the authorities in Oahu and be forced into quarantine. So I decided to get tested the day before my wife and I left. Now, this worked out because my wife was out of town and was unable to get tested. So this is an opportunity we could do it together. Now, this is where the stress level started to rise. Trying to find a rapid COVID testing clinic one day before our trip was much harder than expected. Most Hawaiian accepted rapid clinics were booked 3 to 4 days in advance. Yikes. I highly recommend once you book your plane tickets, start looking for testing clinics and have an appointment reserved for yourself to minimize your stress. After looking through every single testing clinic on the state of Hawaii's website, I stumbled on AFC, American Family Clinic. Thankfully, they offer rapid COVID testing at select locations, and we were able to get tested the day before our departure. We received our results within 15 minutes after taking the test, which is comforting. For my fellow Southern Californians traveling to Hawaii, I highly recommend them for your COVID testing needs. I would like to add that the test was $200 a pop, and I am unsure at this point whether Kaiser will be reimbursing me, and that goes for many other rapid testing facilities. Many clinics do not accept insurance because it's deemed non-essential, and I call bullshit on that. I would like to add that every state and region will be different as far as testing clinics is concerned. So it's your job to do your own research and find rapid clinics accepted by the state of Hawaii close to you. There's one more testing option, which I do not recommend, and that is the mail order test. You purchase the test, and the kit is sent to you in the mail. And then you take the test while under Zoom supervision by a physician. You can mail the kit with the test specimen to the clinic to be tested. Now, there is far too much uncertainty with that option for my liking, so I really do not recommend that at all. In addition to getting tested, you will be required to create a Safe Travels Hawaii account. And this can be found at https://travel.hawaii.gov. And if you are 18 and above, you must have your own account. And if you're 17 and below, you can be added by your accompanying guardian. Now, you're required to create this account and complete the information within 24 hours of your departure. On the Safe Travel site, you will download your negative test results using PDF format. You will also be asked for your flight and accommodation information. Be sure to carry physical copies of all of this information because you will be asked for it once you land. At least that was the case for me and my wife. Important note, make sure you have all of the information and have tested negative for COVID before you arrive in Hawaii. If you do not have your negative test results with you upon time of arrival, you could be forced into quarantine until a government official has reviewed your file. Even if you received your negative results a day later while you're in Hawaii, you may not be cleared for 3 to 4 days, and which is absolutely crazy to me, but that could happen to you. Oh yeah, and before you think about enjoying the sights and scenes that Oahu has to offer while under quarantine, understand that there is a $5,000 fine or up to a 1 year of jail time if you are caught. To further drill in the point, I've heard from reputable local source say that people providing fake or unapproved negative COVID tests have led to the authorities visiting the location they declared on their Safe Travels account when they were nowhere to be found. While supposedly being quarantined, things got pretty ugly. Moral of the story is, make sure everything is squared away before you get on the plane to Hawaii. Once you arrive in Hawaii, you will have to go through a checkpoint that scans your Safe Travels QR code, and you will need to present a physical copy of your negative test results from a state of Hawaii approved facility. Here's the kicker, and this is a personal experience that we encountered just recently on the 16th. So we presented our negative test results from an approved clinic according to the state website, and were almost forced to quarantine because the updated website information was not relayed to the personnel checking our documents. I almost lost my shit in this case when the guy nonchalantly said, "Oh, you guys are going to have to quarantine for your entire stay." Now, we were able to clear things up with the supervisor, and therefore we were free to roam Oahu. So please, please, please make sure you have all the correct documentation for the sake of your own trip and sanity. After going through all of the hassle, stress, and uncertainty, we were blessed with a beautiful, friendly, and world-class experience. And the best part was, there was almost no tourists to be found on the island. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. And if you found this video helpful, subscribe to my channel, where I'll be sharing more of my adventures and my findings. And thank you so much for watching and listening. And I hope this created massive value for you guys. And I do encourage you guys to travel to Hawaii because it's a freaking amazing place. And you will have to overcome a couple hurdles, but you know what? It's worth it when you have that whole island to yourself. And not only that, but the Hawaii economy needs your money as well. But thank you guys.